Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you guys are just joining me, welcome. If you guys are returning subscribers, I apologize for not posting in a very long while, but I was actually going through quite a bit of transformation, and it required me to sort of pull back my energy and regroup, so to speak. It was also one of the toughest Mercury retrogrades we just went through in the month of Feb. It is the 28th of Feb when I'm filming this, so the last day of the month. And I just sort of feel after this full moon in Virgo that we had on the 27th of Feb, things sort of began to clear up. So if you guys as a collective resonate with feeling quite heavy in the past month and going through a particular very deep introspective period in your life during this Mercury retrograde past, I would say that this was all divinely orchestrated and just perfectly planned by the angels, as they're telling me, to be wiped clean by this full moon in Virgo. And as you know, Virgos tend to be a little bit of neat freaks. They like to keep organized and they love cleaning. So if you felt the urge to suddenly clean house or reorganize your life or even just your mindset or your daily habits, you have this full moon in Virgo to thank for that. But yes, if you've been going through something very heavy, you would have come up with sort of, for some of you, very revolutionary breakthroughs about your life, your motives, your goals. And this was meant to prepare you for the blessings that are going to arrive pretty soon. I know I've been feeling a huge shift in energy, so let's get into this reading. It's going to be a general reading. I know the intro was particularly long. For those of you who have been on my channel before, you know this is not the usual way I do readings, but that's about to change because I do what I'm guided to, and as I ascend in consciousness for the collective, I have different ways of doing things, and we need to go with the flow and evolve. So evolution is a big theme, but let's just see what is coming up for you guys with this general reading. It may not resonate with everybody, but if you've drawn here, if you've come here for whatever reason, be it the thumbnail, the title, whatever, you're here for a reason and there must be a message for you. So let's see what's going on. I'm using my Dream Tarot. Please excuse my nails. I haven't done them in a while, but we're not here for that. And we have the Spirit of Wands, which is basically the Knight of Wands in the regular deck. And we have the Wisdom Teacher. So I'm going to read the Wisdom Teacher from the book because I'm actually not sure what that is. I think it is if I'm not mistaken, it might be the Hermit. I only bust out this deck when there's some deep shit to uncover, to be honest, because these meanings are very far from the actual regular tarot, which is great because this really gives you insight into your soul's journey at this point. So the Wisdom Teacher is the Hermit. Yes, so this is that introspective period that I spoke about for many of you. For some of you guys, you're going to be coming out of this. For some of you guys, you may be going in, or you may be in the middle of it. Wherever you are, take it as it resonates. But the Spirit of Wands is about being a loving mother. It's a feminine energy, being loving to your family, even though it's the Knight of Wands. It's about having sort of your home life and your feminine energy come to light for you. And I see there's crystals all around her that sort of look like the strawberry quartz that I have here, actually, which is beautiful, which is probably why I picked that one for today's reading. Strawberry quartz here is about emotional healing, and it's also about, healing from matters of emotional betrayal. I want to say, some of you guys, if you've gone through a period of betrayal somehow where someone cheated on you, it's for matters of infidelity as well, so that might be a message for some of you guys. And with the Wisdom Teacher here, you see a wise figure wearing a cloak. So we don't know who this figure is, and I feel like in your life you don't know what's guiding you, but there's something guiding you. I feel specifically if you're a male, there's a little boy here in this card. There's somebody in your life that you don't recognize as a teacher, but it's a person that guides you. You could even be going back to some childhood regression here. So I recently had a dream just last night about something to do with my family, and it was something deep in the childhood. So this makes total sense as well. It's no accident that they give me these dreams. And just as I shuffle the deck and I put it down, there's the Two of Wands with someone sleeping here. in a bed like I was dreaming. You can't make that shit up, really. And there's an archway in both of these cards, meaning you guys are getting a lot of messages through your higher self. So this cloaked individual may be your higher self, and I feel like it's this person here. So for some of you, I'm picking up that you may have a maternal figure that's passed, or an ancestor who's maternal, or feminine energy that's guiding you in your dreams to unlock certain aspects of your life at this point. And she's guiding you through this archway, meaning you need to go through this doorway or through this arch into the next realm. So we are birthing a new cycle. So like I said, for some of you guys who have been through this heavy energy and you've just started to feel a little bit lighter thanks to the full moon in Virgo sort of clearing out things and bringing in new energy, it's time to step through that portal. And you've got a wisdom teacher here with you, whether that's your higher self or an ancestor. And it's they're sort of leading you like you're a child, because this is new territory. Whenever you go through this immense, deep, dark night of the soul healing, you always come out almost like a different person, because you've released some of the negative karma and you've changed your perception on things. So it's like when you're born and you look at things for the very first time. So we have the Five of Cups here. I'm going to read that one from the book as well. But what's funny is this Five of Cups looks to me a lot like the Ace of Cups in the traditional tarot. In the traditional tarot, we have a cup, it's filled with something, and there's a bird, which is the Holy Spirit sort of flying into the cup. And we have a man and a woman here who's praying to this divine love. So even though it's the Five of Cups, for many of you guys, I feel like what's coming ahead is there are two separate people. The energies that I'm getting here is that there are two separate people, a man and a woman, who are both praying to the same cup, meaning they both want the same love. And here at the bottom we have Lord of the Cups, and he looks like he's doing some sort of ritualistic spell. And there's a cup here at the bottom, and the world or the moon or some sort of orb is coming out of the cup. So this masculine figure is trying to create something out of this cup. He wants to create magic out of this love, and there's an orb here as well. So it feels like the masculine energy in this reading is wanting to create some sort of love offer. I apologize for the little buzzing. I forgot to put my phone on airplane mode yet again. Oh my god. But anyway, we'll carry on with this reading. It is a bit different than my normal readings, guys, but just bear with me. It's the transformation I had went quite deep, and thus when I read cards, there's obviously a different perspective in it now. And hopefully soon I'll start doing videos more about where I just talk to you guys and give pass down knowledge of things that I understand from the divine, and messages, channel messages straight ahead without the divination tools, which is actually the tarot cards. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned for my channel, but I will have a separate channel for that. Or if you guys think you want me to do it on the tarot channel, or would you prefer a separate channel where I just talk about stuff, let me know down in the comments below in this video what you guys like. So we have the Six of Swords here, and this is about, Six of Swords traditionally is about moving forward. It's about moving on to calmer waters. But in this particular deck, it's called, for me, the game of life. There's sort of like a little teapot or a pot or an urn here burning in these branches, and it's like this is your life force. Spirit is saying this is your life force, and you are playing the game in your life. So it's very much co-creative at this point. I feel again the masculine energy here with the crown, which means he is a king. He is somebody who is established here and grown quite a bit into maturity. He's the one who's playing with pink and blue beads, which to me represents the masculine and the feminine energy here. I think somebody is a player with the masculine and feminine energy. Not player as in like somebody who sleeps around with a lot of people. I mean player as in somebody who understands what moves to make with what energy driving it. For example, if you know that something requires your feminine energy, then this is what you're going to have to do, driving that with the feminine energy. And, likewise with the male or the masculine energy. But there are moves to be carefully thought out here with regards to how we move forward. This is a person here who is really pondering and thinking. And again, I feel like it's the masculine energy. see what else. We have the Lady of Pentacles, which is the Queen of Pentacles. This is all about fertility. This is about love. She's the goddess. She's the matron goddess. You know, the triple moon goddess image here I'm getting with the maiden, I think, the mother and the crone, if I'm not mistaken. So the young lady, the middle-aged lady, and the old lady, but it speaks of wisdom. So I see both parties here with regards to the masculine and feminine energy. The masculine is thinking very carefully about his next moves moving forward, and the feminine energy here is in her matron power. As I spoke about the Spirit of Wands being about the loving maternal energy here, being guided with that. So she has all the pink beads around her, which is a very feminine, light and kind of energy. And you know, with the Six of Swords as well, you have the pink and the blue beads, and I feel like this masculine is looking at life now from a perspective of how can I include the feminine energy. So if you're dealing with a masculine energy, they're thinking about how to include you in the next step forward. It's almost like the Two of Wands, which we did see earlier in the deck. It's that same card with the lady on the bed. And with the Lady of Pentacles here, it's about bringing in that stability and that love and that nurturing and fertility. For some of you guys, it could be pregnancy. But she reminds me of a very, you know, one of those fertility statues where women are very, what's the word, voluptuous. They're very curvy, because that used to represent, if you are a little bit of a bigger woman, like back in the day, it represent wealth because you had enough to eat, you know. And we have the Two of Swords. I feel like with the Two of Swords, it's like somebody might be stuck at the moment with, you know, there's some place that they want to get to, but it's like, I don't really know how to get there. I may see the path ahead, but for some reason, it's still kind of like a mystery. You know, I haven't done a reading in a long while, and then Spirit says use the Dream Tarot, and it's so freaking intense. It's such a intricate deck with so many intense meanings. Each card has its own intense meaning. So for a general reading and to start off with something like this after a long while, I feel like many of you guys are going through a very intense time. You're searching for a deeper meaning. So if you're guided here, the situation that you're in, there's so many depths to the situation that you're in. It's just not straightforward. And also I'm hearing, if you guys have been looking at a lot of readings online and you're struggling to find answers because each of them might be a bit superficial or just surface, and they're not giving you the answers that you want, or that you still feel sort of lost, it's something that you're going to have to find on your own, which requires you to go in this wisdom teacher, which is the hermit mode, and really just look at your life and your motives, because this is what that Mercury retrograde was teaching us or putting us through, so that when our wishes and our desires are granted by Spirit and the universe, we're prepared for it, in that we don't go back on our wish and say, no, I guess I don't want this anyway. So Spirit's like, look, you need to get clear on what you want, because we're about to give it to you. Let's see what else. We have the Eight of Wands, and that's communication. Eight of Wands is that energy shift. Again, I'm seeing a lot of pink and blue in this cards for some reason. I know that's just so simple representation of the masculine and the feminine energy. We have the Lord of Pentacles. Look at that. So now we have counterparts. So definitely a masculine and a feminine energy here that are on the same wavelength. Because like I said, with this Five of Cups, which I was supposed to read from the book, which I'll do in a bit, both the man and the woman are praying to the same cup. This is identifying that, you know, you and the person that you're dealing with want the same things in life. It's almost identical. You guys pray to the same cup. You have the same cup. The love is the same. If you're wondering, does my person love me the way I love them? Yes. Do they want the same things I do? Yes. I'm hearing a message from Spirit is that it may look different in the outside world to you based on your individual journeys. Your person may be going through something and you may be going through something, and I feel like each of you are one of these two swords here. So one sword is quite different than the other, but you guys are both swords. You guys are both sharp. You're meant to cut, you know, so it's something like that. So with the Lord of Pentacles, we see he's almost looking like a magic genie here, with people that are offering, these four women or nuns are praying to him and giving him cups. This is very interesting. And we have the Dreamer of Cups here as well. The Dreamer of Cups is the Page of Cups. So it's underneath the Five of Cups, which I'm just going to call the Ace of Cups because it's exactly what it looks like. It's like really deciding and digging deep for your childlike wonders. What drives your passion? What makes you feel truly happy in the most innocent sense? It's also about gaining some sort of emotional perspective here and grounding yourself emotionally. We have the Eight of Pentacles, and this is about working and focusing on something. For some of you guys, you need to get more grounded and get more focused with things. And we have the Lady of Swords, and she's a truth seeker. She knows exactly what she wants. So we have the Lady above the Lady as well. So this is the universe saying to you, or spirit saying to you, you need to get clear about what you want, and you need to get grounded in what you want, because you are birthing a new cycle, and you need to be clear about what you want to birth, because it's so important. It's so I'm hearing the word magnitude. It's such a big magnitude that whatever you plant now is going to grow tenfold. So this can work both ways. If you've been naughty and you've accumulated, let's say, a perspective of negative or less than desirable karma, you're going to plant that seed and it's just going to spiral out of control into more negative experiences. Likewise, for you guys who've been doing the work and really putting effort into your spiritual journey and whatever it is you want to plant, that has the capacity to grow tenfold as well. What else we have there? We have the Four of Swords. That's about surrendering to the divine and going within. That's also about, if you guys are looking for answers and you're still not getting the answers that you need, the only way to find it is to actually go within yourself. Go to a special place. For some of you, I heard like a cave. This looks very cave-like, but that's that hermit cave as well. The hermit comes out of the cave. He comes out with a light, and that light is the wisdom that he's gained when he was in the darkness. So this goes back to that dark night of the soul that many of us recently have been through. And then we have the Ten of Cups here, which is an egg, which is so weird because I swear to you guys, I had a dream where I gave somebody a gift, and I wasn't supposed to be there. For some reason, I think this person's family didn't like me, and I gave them a gift. So that might be a message for some of you guys. And I didn't even know that I gave them a gift. It was just a box that they found. It happened to be from me, and it was on their birthday, and it was an egg. It was a weird, like one of those cute Fabergé eggs, but it had like protea petals around it. So it could have been a protea, but it was an egg. And they were so happy because they said to me it was their family crest. It was important to them. So I gave them a gift that was pretty important. And this is the Ten of Cups, which represents emotional fulfillment. You see the karmic scales and balances here, and you see a cross that's like a marker. So there's some sort of karmic scales that's balancing out as well, and there's some sort of importance with this Ten of Cups. It's to do with family, it's to do with tradition. Let's see what else for you guys. Let's pull a couple of clarifiers. Sorry, I've been out of the game for a while. And I also want to kind of read some of the cards from the book. So let's actually do that first. So let's take a look at the Five of Cups. So true understanding arising from inner work, leading to a discovery, a legacy, trust, or a new teacher. A message arrives causing great upheaval. The message is true yet difficult in acceptance. Inheritance, wills, gifts, and losses. So there's the idea here about family and something being important to somebody's family. So I don't know who that message is for, but you know, there's something you're going to receive that could be like a legacy, or there's something that you're going to lose. And the one thing I know about inheritance is that it is a gain that you inherit something from someone in your family, but it often comes at a loss, meaning this person passes away and then you inherit their stuff. So that could be the Five of Cups energy here that's going on in somebody's life, and now somebody wants to decide, where do I go next? Like, what do I do? What moves do I make next? Let's take a look at the Two of Swords, because that's a pretty interesting card as well. harmonious resolution to achieve victory, change, decisions through understanding and inner work. So there's that inner work message coming in twice in two different cards. And funny, of all the cards that I picked, it happens to be these two that I picked that we're getting the inner work message. Working hard to reach one's goal. The problem is the conflict of indecision, not knowing which path lies ahead. So for many of you guys, if you don't know what path lies ahead, I'm hearing Spirit say it's not up to you to know what lies ahead. You just need to take the steps that we're giving you. So for some of you guys, if you're going through a period now where you're not really sure where you're going, but you know you got to be somewhere, just follow the steps that the Spirit is giving you. So if they're saying, you know, don't do anything for now, don't make any big changes, then don't. If they're saying make some big changes, take some risks, then do it, because it's a step that's going to lead you to ultimately clearing the way for your true and most authentic path. So let's pull some clarifiers. So we have the King of Swords. Interesting. So the King of Swords is a very deliberate guy, is what I heard. So for some of you guys, you are deliberate with your feminine and loving energy. So that means you're not just giving it away to anyone. You're quite deliberate with your nurturing abilities. Like you're choosing what you want to nurture, which is good. The King of Swords also stands for truth. He can be a little bit icy. I think for some of you guys, when you went into your hermit mode, or when you go into your hermit mode, you're going to sort of melt down the King of Swords because he's quite icy, and you're going to find a bit more of a softer, gentler kind of way about you. And that's the truth. I feel like for many of you, you might struggle with a bit, especially if you're a person that's always the one that's the leader, always the one that's taking the reins on things, having to make the hard decisions. It just kind of wears you down, and then all of a sudden you discover you have this softer side to you where you don't mind being led, you don't mind being a bit more loving than straightforward and always, you know, on the ball. You don't mind being a bit more passive or more feminine rather than masculine. Whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. It's an energy. And it's going to be uncomfortable at first, but you'll get used to it because it's very much a part of you. Because on this checkerboard here, you have both the pink and the blue, which is the masculine and feminine, which represents that you got to play the game of life with using both energies and not just one. So we have the Tower here with the wisdom teacher. For some of you guys, you had a breakthrough. This was the breakthrough that the universe gave you when you were in this sort of hermit phase. But it's also an energy of you needing to break out of the hermit phase now. So try to come out of the cave a little and practice what you've learned, or apply it in a more masculine sense, which is taking action. We have the King of Pentacles here. So it's the masculine energy that's going through big life changes with regards to family stability, inheritance, and, you know, wanting the same thing that the feminine wants, wanting the same thing that the Lady of the Pentacle wants, but maybe struggling to get there because it comes at some sort of loss. Let's take a look at the Six of Swords, and we have the Magician. So yeah, this is about now co-creating and taking the necessary steps for your manifestations, being a bit more methodical, I'm hearing, and intentional. So this is like really co-creating. Let's take a look at the Lady of Pentacles. We have the Two of Wands. So Two of Wands is about being at a crossroads and planning for the future. So I feel like this masculine energy is planning the future with the Lady of the Pentacles in mind, which is what I channeled earlier. But I feel like there's some sort of uncertainty with regards to the Lady of Pentacles. She's the one feeling a little, you know, like she needs to be Lady of Swords at this point and make decisions and be very clear and have a more clear vision of where she wants to go. So you see these two are going on separate journeys, but ultimately they want the same things. Two of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. So there is an energy here of wanting to work together, because the Two of Swords, as we read that meaning, it's about, you know, not being stuck in indecision. You're not going to know everything that happens. Like if the two parties in this reading decide to work together, they're not necessarily going to know where it's going to lead. Spirit is not going to give them the idea that, hey, this is where you're going to be in 10 years time. Spirit is just saying, look, take the first step and start working together, because you guys want the same thing. But ultimately, it's up to us and up to you guys to work with us to get the future that you both want. Okay, so Spirit's like, look, you just have to trust us. You don't know the end result, but work together. So I feel very much, if you are in a relationship or if you have somebody in mind, whether you're the masculine or the feminine energy, the universe is asking you both, not just one, to work together. Put your heads together in the situation. Things are achievable, I feel like, when you work together. Or things are more achievable, easily achievable. This 10 of Cups is what you guys both want. It's the egg. Oh my God, I just realized it's actually this weird ball that's in the center here. So that's what it is. You guys both want 10 of Cups. You both want emotional fulfillment. There's the Magician here at the bottom of this deck as well, Master of Secrets. I think you guys as well, whoever the collective is that I'm channeling for, need to sort of look at things from a different perspective. You're looking at the outer circumstance as this person wants something different than me. You guys want the same thing, but you both have different ways of achieving it. And this is what makes you so unique. But when you guys combine your energies and the way you work, as individuals and more in a together sense, then you could actually create magic with the Magician. Hope that makes sense. And we have the 8 of Wands here. This is exactly the shift that I was speaking about with the Empress energy. The Empress is birthing a new cycle and having the capacity to create so much more abundance. And this is the energy shift that we're just been entered into. And the Empress card has a star here at the top, and that's about hope and healing and alignment. It almost looks like the star has like a weird explosion actually. So something aligned. I feel like something aligned with both of you guys in your connection, or as individuals. There's been some sort of like boom, some sort of alignment, like stars just came like this, and now everything's aligned and sort of perfect. So there were a lot of things that needed to be shifted and moved around, a lot of lessons to be learned. Let's take a look at the Lord of Pentacles, and we have Justice. Justice is about setting things right, weighing your soul contract against the dagger here, like I spoke about the swords. So there's one sword, meaning there's one truth, meaning there's one thing that you both want, but there are two contracts. Two contracts, each representing you and your person. Dreamer of Cups, we have the 2 of Cups. So I'm going to read Dreamer of Cups from the book. Looks quite interesting. I feel like I should be playing elevator music while I find this thing. Okay, I found it. Okay, so it says, action or stagnation. A great romantic falls in love easily before carefully looking in all directions. This card refers to a successful choice in love, bringing insight and successful resolutions to situations. I see. So this with the 2 of Cups here has definitely something to do with a relationship. But as it said, it can be action or it can be stagnation, and the choice is up to you. There is an element here of falling in love too quickly, but I don't think that's the case. I just feel like it happens so quick with you guys that you forget that there's groundwork to be done with the Pentacles. There's a lot of Pentacles here, and it's the highest Pentacle. It's the King and the Queen. So basically it rounds back to, I feel the main message of this reading is that working together means that you do have a common goal with so-and-so, or such and such, your person, but it looks different on the outside. And the key to making this work truly is to, put your two heads together, irrespective of the different ways you approach things, because it's meant to bring balance, Somebody has one way of doing something, you have one way of doing something, but you can actually merge those ways to create something balanced, almost like a perfect recipe. Almost like the star, yes, the star colliding, that's what it is. This is the point of your your union or your partnership with this person, whether it's going to be long term or just for a little while. I know everybody hopes it's going to be the forever person, and for some of you guys it may very well be, but Spirit is saying you don't have to worry if it's going to be the forever person or not. It's the journey that's most important, the journey that your soul has to go through in this lifetime. With the Eight of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands, that's almost like that bright star that I see here as well. The Ace of Wands is a brand new beginning. It's fiery, it's passionate, and for many of you guys, you're going to have to work at this new beginning. You're going to have to make it tangible with the Pentacles suit, and you're going to have to focus on it. This could be a new idea coming to some of you guys with regards to your job, but I feel very much in relationship wise, it's about really kind of working together to light this spark and this passion. And we have the Five of Cups here, so that's a duplicate with the Lady of Swords. So, you know, with the Five of Cups, if you bring it back to this card here where it looks like both parties want the same kind of love, I feel like the feminine energy in this reading is feeling a bit feeling a bit sad or melancholy with regards to it. Perhaps because it's not the way one expects it to be, right? But love comes in different forms. And I feel like she's trying, what's causing this Five of Cups, if you're the feminine energy and you're going through it, what's causing this Five of Cups is the fact that you need the Lady of Cups to address this kind of situation, because it's a cups matter. It's to do with the emotions. But I feel like you're looking at it from a very logical perspective. Like you're going to have to make the best logical decision. Like I spoke about the King of Swords, if you're tired of always being the leader, the one that has to make the hard decisions, you should come from a place of the Spirit of Wands, which is that loving, motherly, nurturing energy, the very feminine side of you. So the Lady of Swords is feminine, but she can be a bit more on the straightforward side, using her logic and her intellect. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's causing grief and it's causing disappointment because it's the wrong queen for addressing the situation. You're going to have to really dig deep into your emotions and what do you feel about it, not so much what you think about it. So coming back to that thinking about it, it's like analyzing the outer appearance of things. Your person seems to be doing something in a specific way that maybe it doesn't really seem like it's something you would do or something you would, express. And it just seems not logical, it doesn't seem, it's like you guys are speaking a different language, but the same language at the same time. Gosh, I'm trying to dissect this. This is a very heavy energy. Let's take a look at the Four of Cups with the Ace of Cups, and there the Ace of Cups is. So there's needing to heal and surrender to this love, and we have the page here. It's discovering the sword. Let's read what this Four of Swords is in this Dream Tarot deck. Time to go within, to a place of isolation, withdraw and retreat. Visionary, mystical, or near-death experiences lead to new perceptions. Illness awaits healing, silence and solitude, meditation, the lonely road beyond sorrow. So I know that sounds a bit grim, but I'm just going to read a bit more. This card displays the secret place within, wisdom's abode, the house of many rooms. It is a place where we cannot find on the physical plane, an interior dwelling that demands service, dedication, and sacrifice to gain entrance. So for many of you guys, I feel like you really have to go within to find this honest and true love, what it means to you. And the only way you can do this is by going into your own world. Because like I said in the beginning, if you're looking to tarot readers to kind of lay it down for you so you can just say, okay, I got it, that's not the way it works. We can only guide you so far in the journey and give you some missing pieces, but you have to put the picture together and you have to find the rest of the pieces that actually lie within you. So with regards to this love situation, I feel like it's really finding the ultimate essence of love and what it really, really is, because it's going to look different in every situation and every scenario. So the way this person that you're with or wanting to be with expresses love is different than you. You guys speak a different love language, but nonetheless, it is a love language. It's about love. And like I said, you guys both want the same thing, but are struggling to connect to a singular path, you know, like the same thing, like something you guys both resonate with, or something you guys both think like match. You know, you have a hobby that's the same thing, like say both of you guys like painting, and that's something you connect with. So there is a call for you to find what connects you guys, and I feel like maybe you guys should have heart-to-heart conversations about what you both think about love and what it means to you, what it means to the other person. But before you even go so far as to engaging with another human being about that, you need to find out as an individual, you watching this reading, what is your perception of love, and how do you express love, and how would you like to receive love as well, so the other person kind of knows, well, I can do that or I can't do that, etc. Let's get some fortune telling deck and pathway. Yes, this is the singular pathway that I was speaking about. I just mentioned it, guys. It's a number 35, which is 8, and again 8 is the number of abundance, and also with this 8 of Pentacles, it's about working and focusing. And you see the butterflies are going towards the light. So you guys are both wanting to go towards the light in your life. It doesn't matter if you're on separate paths. The end result is to find the light, and the 10 of Cups. We have concern. So this is the masculine energy here with 6-6, which is moving forward, which is the 6 of Swords. Also equal give and take and balance. Someone here is concerned about that, concerned about how to balance the situation. I don't know if some of you guys like these lilies. I don't know what they are, but I actually used to know what they are, but I forgot. I feel very drawn to look at that. So for some of you guys, I don't know if you guys can see that, but this white flower might be important. Might be a confirmation for some of you guys as well. Let's see what we have. We have court house, and this is about, the word that comes to mind is notoriety, but it's also about contracts. It's about making things very legal and proper. When you go to the courthouse, it's, you know, a place where you make decisions, a place where you make judgments. It's very official as well. So somebody here could be concerned about how do we make it official? How do we get around things? So it's like thinking about the nitty-gritty of how we actually notarize things. And then we have occupation again, which is that number 8 of Pentacles, which is working and focusing, and it's a number 7 here. So 7 is spiritual growth, spiritual guidance, and luck as well. So she looks like she's making a dress, and it's a white dress. And we have imprisonment as well. So imprisonment is about being stuck, overthinking, not feeling like your best self, feeling like you're stuck in a dark room and somebody else, you know, has the key to open this sort of lock. We have distant horizons at the bottom of the deck. So whatever, you know, distant horizons is your 9 of Cups. Whatever is going to happen is going to happen in the distant future, but not so distant, because with this particular deck, you can see the anchor is closer than the ship. So whatever you're wanting or wanting to manifest is closer than you think. But I feel like for some of you guys, you have to get past this hurdle. This is like a giant hurdle is what I see. But it's like when you pass this or get past this impasse, then it's going to bring you in this state of where you want to be with regards to what you want to manifest, if it's in this love situation or not. So I'm going to pull some clarifiers for the pathway. And we have the Lady of the Gift, generosity, receiving, and withholding. So you're on your path to receiving the gift that you deserve. That's your manifestation. That's the love that you want, which is the love that the other person wants. It's just that you guys have different ways of getting it. The Desert Prince, survival and false promises. So somebody has a concern here of, you know, it's basically that energy of, is this going to be forever type thing? And the universe is saying, look, that's up to you and how much work you want to put into things, but you can't know the future completely. You have to just trust and you have to live in the now and the present moment. So I feel like the masculine energy, he's worried about survival, so that's to do with the root chakra as well. This is almost like the King of Wands, and it's a number 10, so it's about completing a cycle here. So they may be completing, the masculine energy may be completing their cycles of concern with regards to survival, the root chakra, which is safety. This could be finances for the masculine energy. But either way, the King of Wands here is a very brave, courageous kind of energy that takes action. So I'm getting that Spirit is also, or will be, encouraging the masculine energy to take action irrespective of his concerns, because I feel like these concerns come from wounding and fear of the unknown, fear of, I don't know how it's going to play out. Like, I wish I just had the play-by-play, like the whole entire book, you know. But Spirit is saying that's not how it works. So with the Quart House, we have assistance and control, the Horse King. And it's a number 6 as well. So we have 5 and 6, and we have a progression here. 5 is change, and 6 is moving forward. So somebody knows that to gain control over the situation, or to assist in the situation here, they need to change something with regards to making something official. Now, if something is not official, I feel like that's what needs to change in order for you to have the number 6, which is moving forward. That's the game that somebody has to play here. That's the move that somebody has to play or make in the game of life, which is that 6 of Swords card. Let's take a look at occupation. The High Lord and gratitude of service, selflessness, humility, consciousness, and action. So I think there's work to be done. It's a number 2, so that's to do with the 2 of Cups, is the way I the way I see it, or the way I empathically feel it. The 2 of Cups is about partnership. It's about balance as well. It's also about making decisions. So both parties need to work on, or really find focus on, humility, consciousness, action, which means now paying attention to how you act, because your every action will create a karma. Your every intent and thought will create a karma. And karma is just energy. It's an exchange of energy. It's the energy of cause and effect. Sorry, this is kind of out of some juice. Wow, that was a pretty distraction. Anyway, back to the reading. Both of you guys need to sort of work on the selflessness and humility, and work on receiving gratitude for the things that you are blessed with in your life, and also being in service to one another. So how can you help each other, really? Because I feel like you guys need to work together. This is that 3 of Cups. It's 2 people who do things differently, but have the capacity to learn from each other and teach each other how to do things a certain way. And therefore, you guys find balance in that. That is the purpose of your union. That is the purpose of your relationship. Let's take a look at imprisonment. We have the Sun Dancers, joyful activity, celebration of life and abundance. It seems like when you sort of unlock that level, or when you pass that hurdle, both of you get out of this energy. This is a number 11, so that's 1, 1. That's 2 again. So for me, that represents both parties. 11 is a new beginning as well. So you're going to get a new beginning outside of this imprisonment, and it's going to be very joyful, it's going to be very celebratory, and it's going to bring a lot of abundance. So I'm going to get a few more cards for you. But actually, I feel like I haven't done a reading in a while, and I feel like continuing, because this is I feel like this reading is very important for anyone who's watching it, because you may have been struggling with these things. Questions like, why is it not working out? Questions like, what is the deeper meaning, or why is this like that? So there's a lot of questions in this reading, and I feel like Spirit is giving you the necessary answers for you to have the understanding and put you in the right direction, because Spirit, above all, wants you to be in that light at the end of the tunnel. So we have Nourish. This is about taking care of yourself, grounding yourself, and there's that star again that I see. So that's healing. Some of you guys need to heal your body. That 4 of Swords was like, after illness comes recovery. So many of you guys need to rest and recover. I know it's been an absolutely hectic time this February with this Mercury retrograde. I was going to say conjunction, but anyway, Mercury retrograde and going through that introspective feeling and whatever. It's been tough. It has been tough. Soul writing. This is interesting. For some of you guys, this reminds me of the, what card is it? I think it is the, why can't I remember this? The Hierophant. Yes, the High Priest. There it is. Soul writing. So they gave me that image. So that's about rewriting your story, rewriting your, you can change things. It's also about history as well, this particular card, the Hierophant. It's about acknowledging that you're accumulation of your history. And there you have remembrance at the bottom of the deck, which is number 11. So everything that you are is a culmination of everything that you've been through. It's almost like your Akashic records. But when you're at this point now in your life where you've gone through so much of transformation, you are now involved actively and consciously in writing your own story and where you want to be and how you want to be in life. So that's a message for some of you guys as well with regards to soul writing. For some of you, if you want to write a book, if you're good at blogging, I think that's a go ahead and a message for you to continue with that. For others of you, you may be writers and you heal through your writing, so poetry or anything like that. It's funny, people think that you only have to read tarot or be a psychic to be a healer or a Reiki master, but sometimes when you hear a song on the radio where someone sings it and it makes you feel better and it almost heals your bad day or whatever, that person's also healing you through the light and joy of what makes them happy, because they like to sing and they like to make music for you, so it comes out of that oneness and that unconditional love. I apologize if my voice is getting a bit raspy. This is a long reading after a very, very long time. Okay, we have authentic truth. That is very beautiful. This is that Ace of Swords. So authentic truth as well is being honest with yourself and being honest with the other person. It's finding your authentic truth as well. You're going to need to really look deep inside you for what you perceive love to be and what it is to you, and really look at every aspect of yourself. I feel like, okay, this is going to sound a bit shitty, but it's like you can't expect something from someone else if you don't know who you really are. You know what I'm saying? It's like wanting this person to speak your same language, but are you willing to speak their language? Are you willing to learn their language? And therein lies the Three of Pentacles, where you have to sort of work together with this other person. It's like if they compromise for you as well to understand how you need to be loved, then you've got to do the same for them, because people are different, but underneath every nook and cranny, every facade, every face is just one thing, and that is pure unconditional love, the connectivity of the universe. It's the highest vibration. And there we have Vesica Pisces, which is like, look at this, 2 rings, and in the center there's a heart. So this is like, really, there are 2 people who are different, because the Vesica Pisces card is about people's differences, 2 different situations. You've got the ego on one side, you've got the soul on one side, but they need to be in balance so that you get this situation here that's grounding you in the 3D when the ego and the soul comes together. So for some of you, when you guys come together, this is also a union and a marriage. It's almost like 2 wedding rings. When you guys come together, you have to respect each other's differences. And the key to creating this beautiful love is to show that, yes, you're different. Yes, I'm different. But we both want the same thing. And in the end, it's that unconditional, true, pure, beautiful love. No one's perfect, guys. I don't know why I felt the need to say that, but nobody's perfect. And then we have number 10, which is Soulcraft. And this goes back to that message about now you're in control to co-create with the universe. So you're going to be a bit more, or you should be a bit more intentional with your karma. So every thought and every action and every intention you have creates the story of your soul. That's your soul craft. And it can manifest. So what you constantly think about is what you're going to manifest. If you're constantly thinking about negative things, then you're going to manifest many things. I mean, negative things. If you're constantly thinking about abundance and happy things and gratitude, you're just going to magnify that or manifest that more into your life. I just saw variance as well at the bottom of the deck, and so I'm seeing a lot of cards here that indicates difference. Like you're never going to change somebody else, and you are different, but you both care for each other. So let's get a few more cards. And we'll get some cards on your energy and then your person's energy. So this is for your energy. You have the Page of Air, which is the Page of Swords that I saw earlier. And the Four of Air. So you are actually the reader, or the, what am I saying? The person who's watching the reading. You're the one that's going through the rest period to really analyze love and the way you perceive love. And you're searching for that. You're searching for what it is, what it means to you. Even if you already have it, there's always deeper levels that you have to access. And you're going through really in search of finding healing and peace and understanding. I'm getting for some of you guys as well. You have the Three of Water, and look at that, Three of Cups and the Three of Cups. You're finding that connectivity and that celebration and sort of that wonderful joy and youthfulness. And we have the Seven of Fire. So the Seven of Fire is the Seven of Wands, and traditionally it's about blocks, but in this deck it's about overcoming your obstacles. So I'm going to read that one from the book as well. Seven of Fire, personal best, going the distance, perseverance, and non-conformity. I'm unstoppable. My passion pushes obstacles aside as I engage in sustained effort. I know how to bend, but I don't compromise on what's important to me. So that alone is you're trying to discover with regards to love and relationships. What are you willing to bend on? What are you willing to compromise? And what are you willing to not? What is your absolute that you say, like, this is a deal breaker, this is something that I just can't take, can't handle? Sorry about the buzzer, I don't know who that is. If others aren't happy with the course I'm on, I don't have to let their concerns affect me. So, you know, a masculine here may be, because this is the feminine energy that I'm reading for. The masculine may be concerned about the path that you're on, but you don't have to listen to them, you know. This is where the masculine has to learn that if he really loves this feminine, he's going to have to accept her, even though he doesn't know the future. Wow, that buzzing is really annoying, but I'm taking it as a signal from spirit that this is the aha moment for the masculine energy. He's concerned about the future. Maybe he doesn't quite see the feminine, where she's going, or you know what's going to happen. And spirit is saying, look, don't worry about the masculine. You focus on your individual journey. He's going to have to let go of his fears in his own time. I release the temptation to resist challenges, and I trust that I can make things happen as I live my life on my own terms. Inspired solutions present themselves. Wow, this is very fierce energy for the feminine. Yeah, some people ring the buzzer just to get in, but they don't actually know you. It's so annoying. They're just basically hoping just somebody lets them in. Okay, let's look at the Page of Air for you guys. These decks are quite different from the regular tarot, which is why I read from the books. I have a general meaning of them, but I really want to go in depth with the messages for you guys. So the Page of Air is new ideas, a theory not yet proven, curiosity, and new focus. This calls for greater investigation as we've only scratched the surface. This is the message about you really discovering about love and what you're willing to compromise and not, and it's going very deep. It's not, you know, surface level love. It's like every nook and cranny of your body, every molecule of your body. What does love mean to it? How do you feel love? How do you speak love? How do you show love? It's so intense, but it's all for a grand purpose. I don't really know. That's interesting. If I explore this way of thinking, what can I learn? So many of you guys for the feminine energy are in a very learning phase. You're willing to learn. I see that, even about yourself. Let's take a look at the masculine energy. We have the Emperor coming up, which is very powerful energy. Somebody who likes to be in control. We have that Lion coming up, so very Leo or Sagittarius energy, and it's number 4, which is stability. The Emperor can be a little bit rigid or strict or controlling, but he is very powerful anyway. At least in his shadow side, he's controlling. He has a sword as well, so he knows he's holding his truth, and he's doing it so confidently. And the Three of Earth. Interesting. So it feels like it's the masculine energy that wants to work together here with the Three of Earth or the Three of Pentacles. I feel like they know what their truth is. I feel like the feminine is still trying to figure something out, while the masculine is like, no, I know what my truth is. I know I want to work together. I know I want to put our heads together to work and create something. Then we have the Messenger of Earth, which is the Knight of Pentacles. That speaks of consistency and sticking with the task no matter how long it takes. So you see the masculine energy in this reading is very grounded, but I feel like he may be a bit unsure about where the feminine is right now, because the feminine is a little unsure of where she is, but that's okay. She's sort of on this journey of self-discovery. And then we have the Ten of Fire, which is releasing burden. So the masculine energy at the moment, releasing a lot of burdens, releasing a lot of scripts from the past. We saw that Hierophant card that speaks about the history and the history that's made you become who you are. So that was the message for the masculines, who are now burning up the history, not necessarily disregarding it, but not carrying the burdens of it anymore. Like, this happened to me in the past and that happened to me, well, whatever. I don't need to hold on to it to a point where it becomes heavy and a burden and drags me down. And we have Eight of Fire at the bottom of this deck, which is communication and shifting energy. So I'm going to read the Three of Earth from the book for you guys. And it says teamwork, building on solid foundations, group efforts, and dedicated collaborations. What I am building is grounded in a solid foundation, so I know I can trust that it will not slip away suddenly. I am joined by others in coordinated efforts to bring forth what I have chosen to co-create. The architecture of my dreams is becoming tangible, taking shape for me, and I share my joy and pride with my partners and supporters. So teachers and students, we are all learning, growing, and building collaboratively. So the masculine energy here is very much wanting to share his dreams and visions with the feminine. And he's also, sort of learning a lot about his own life. So both parties are actually in the same place, learning about things, but again, in different ways. So I see the feminine energy is more like, airy, fairy, kind of self-discovery. The masculine is more grounded, and that's exactly the epitome of masculine and feminine energies, which is actually quite beautiful. And look at this. To end off this reading, we have alignment. And I spoke to you about how the stars are sort of coming together with some sort of alignment. These two are actually aligning. So thank you so much for joining me on this reading, guys. I'm sorry if it was quite different from what I usually do. I don't know when I'll be posting again. Might not be very consistent because I have to kind of read into the energies as well as consider any new projects that I want to pick up on. But please like, comment, and share this video. And until next time, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.